Good evening to all ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all YBs. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to our Yellow Boot live sharing on this beautiful Saturday night. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Michael, and we have Howard over there. Howard.
Hello.
Hi, Howard. Yeah, we both will be your host for tonight. So what we have tonight is Mr. Daryl Puah from Penang.
Hello.
I'm sure some of you guys know Daryl, and Daryl started photography many years ago. He started off with landscape and slowly developed his interest into portraiture. In photography, we always hear rules meant to be broken. This is a very big, sentence we keep hearing. But how far can we go with these rules meant to be broken? So basically tonight we will going to discuss is what is acceptable and what could be the weird stuff. Okay, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Daryl in opening up this discussion topic. Over to you, Daryl.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Today, I will start with basic photography because initially, actually, Michael asked me to share some basic photography knowledge. So to me, right, I think I will share a bit lah. So, but today's topic is more about our discussion later. And let me open up my slide. Windows.
So guys, tonight is not a presentation, so more like a discussion or debate, I would say. Yeah. So if you guys have any heated question or heated argument, just on your microphone and give us a shout. Yeah.
Yeah. Because today, all the photos that I show today is not my own photo. It's a photo I taken from Facebook or Instagram. Just show some like differences and for our debate purposes. Okay. So I'll start with this thing. I'm trying to. Oh, this one cannot like that. Yeah. I think I need to open this thing. Wait, I stop this thing first. Oh, this is very slow. Okay. I think can wait. Just now I should do this thing.
I go.
Okay. I think this is very slow. Wait, I open the file first. Browse. Just now, Howard, we do that kind of browser. The slide is very, very slow.
Oh, okay. You take one by one.
Yeah, I open up the thing.
Okay.
I don't know, is my notebook slow or what? It's very slow. How come? Okay. Okay. Okay, come. Okay, is it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So today I share a little bit of this very basic. I think most of you should know what is all this about. It's very basic knowledge of photography where, as a photographer, I think that everyone should know. So if anyone is not sure about all this basic, I think you can find a lot of information in, YouTube or online that you should know that all these basic, have all this knowledge before you can, explore into, deeper in photography. So the first thing that is exposure triangle. Exposure triangle, everyone knows that it consists of aperture, shutter, and ISO. When I first I start taking photos, when I first bought my first camera, I don't know about this exposure triangle at all. So I go online, look, many hours on YouTube, to get to know about this aperture and shutter speed and ISO, the relationship between the three lah. So the next one will be white balance. And white balance, right? As you know that, when you use a camera, there's a white balance button that they have this auto, cloudy, they have this fluorescent. So when every time you change this auto balance, right, then they will actually change the color of your photo, when you see through your viewfinder. But usually I don't really use this white balance. Usually I use auto, or I will use certain, like for example, I don't use a lot. I usually use auto, or another one called what? Sun, I forget the other call what. Because if you are shooting raw, right, this auto white balance actually is not really the issue, because when you go into your raw and you go into a post processing, actually all this color you can actually change it. So if for using flash, usually I don't use auto lah. I will set to either one of these cloudy or whatever thing, or I set my Kelvin. Then that's it. Because when you're using flash, right, if you put auto, right, sometimes when you shoot, right, there's a change of color in your photo, so you don't want, because when you want a consistent color, so I don't usually use auto when you are using flash. Then this is a very big a topic. Always you hear photographer said about this inverse square log. This is the I think a very big topic about this, the lights, traveling of lights. So as you can see that, like, when your light hitting one square at 1 meter, right, is 100%. You presume it's 100% of light hitting this one square. So when you go double the distance, right, it's a square, because it's inverse square log. So your power of light actually, it becomes 25%. So as you go, right, you again increase, the square log of 3, the square log of 4. So your light, the power of light, actually it reduced quite a bit, from 1 meter away, from 2 meter away, from 3 meter. You see, from your light, from 1 meter to 4 meter, actually it reduced from 100%, becomes 6.25%. So there's a lot. Okay, so I will say this one, or don't explain this one. And this is the shadow. So as you can see that, right, this is actually when we learn, science, during high school, then we have this thing where our eyes, see lights and things like that. So you will see that, the bigger the light source is, then you have this, soft shadow, hard shadow kind of thing. If you guys have any question, you can ask. I just I just talk, very quickly through my slides, because the today's topic is more about discussion. It's not about. So another thing, this is easy. This is more interesting, because you see, when you use flash, right? So a lot of people, they have this misunderstanding about flash. For example, light source. I would say not flash, light source. So actually for photography, right, the bigger the light source is, right, so your shadow will be softer. And the smaller the light source is, right, your shadow will be harder. That's why you see, when we are under the sun, right, you'll see that our shadow is very hard because the sunlight, right, is a very small spot from very far. That's why we have this very hard shadow, when we during afternoon, you walk on the street, you see you have very hard shadow because the sunlight actually is a very small spot of light. So when you see on the picture, right, if the flash, right, it put very near to some, this person, right, and we see that the shadow fall off at the background is very soft. So as this thing, the light they move, to the left, further to the left, you see that the guy is the shadow become harder. So this is last sharing session. I also said that when I go outdoor, right, if under bright sunlight, I'll prefer to use this reflector rather than flash because it's easier to control. Then we have a different kind of flash that now we have this speed light and full stroke, and we have different kind of a modifier for different purposes. If you, I think I have the top four I have. I think I just don't have the ring right. Out of this 8, I have 7 out of them. Sometimes you play with all these modifiers, it's quite interesting. It gives you different kind of effects and different kind of light quality that you're looking for. Then the fourth is a simple demonstration of 4-point lighting. So a lot of people that is shooting portrait, right, they like to, for studio, sometimes I'll use this technique as well. This is called 4-point lighting. So you have the red one will be the key light, that the key main light to shoot on your subject, and the blue one is the fill light. Fill light usually is softer. You don't the power usually will be half power of the main light or even lesser. Then you have the yellow one. It's a background light. Sometimes you see portrait that they have this a bright one round ring at the back. That is the background light. And the green one will be the backlight. Backlight, it depends. Nowadays, I like to use top light. The light that actually shoot from top. Sometimes I'll use the side but nowadays I like to use top because it will give you, the highlight from the hair to the shoulder. Because if you use the side light, right, the side strip light, sometimes your hair, you don't have the highlight and you can't see clearly your hair. Then so you see this is the demonstration. So first, and setting up light, right? A lot of people also mistake that you should set up 3-4 lights together and you start to flash in the light. But I think the proper way is you need to go one by one. So mainly sometimes I think most of people will start with key light. So this is your main light, the key light that on your photo that is actually light up your subject. Then later on, you try to put a fill light. You can see that on the left side of his face actually is a bit dimmer than on the right side. So this is, but for me, I think this fill light is a bit too bright, but you don't have contrast from left to right. But this is not a very good example, but I think it shows that you have the fill light. You fill the face, then you see hair light. So this is the top light. This is not the side light. But here, right, it shows that this backlight usually from the side, right? Usually, a lot of people are using strip box. This kind of strip box to shoot the side light. If you shoot like more than half body, I think this one is better. From your head to your waist and even sometimes to your thigh, then strip light is better. But because this is very, we call it headshot or, a very close type portrait, then that strip box is not very good. So people will use, for me, I also will use headlight. Headlight means that the flash will be on top of your model, so that you see you can have this rim of light. And usually with headlight, you also can actually light up your shoulder here, the shoulder here. Huh? So the background light is just now this one. Okay, so you will see, because this background light also is to separate your subject with the background. Because if you see without the background light, so you will see that, you know, sometimes your background is too dark and is almost the same color with your hair, right? So you don't really separate out your subject with the background. So this is why some people will add some background light at the back. I do this sometimes, but not most of the time. If I have strip light, then I don't do this one. So the last slide will be the type of light. You know, this is for portraiture, mainly for portraiture. So you see the first one, it's flat light. This phase, the first phase is flat light. Flat light, that means that the box will, you know, directly pointed to the model. For example, you are using this one. You're using this one, then you will probably get the flat light, you know, because you are pointed the light directly to the model page. Then you will get this kind of effect. And a lot of you shoot girls, right? I think girls look very good with this. We call it butterfly lighting. Butterfly lighting, right, is that you see the shadow under the nose. They have this triangle under the nose. That means that your light, right, is exactly in front of the model, but it's not direct. It's a little bit like 45 degree, you know, pointed to your model. So you're going to have this pointed shadow, you know, under your nose, and this triangle on your chin. And this looks very good on girls. Okay. Then the other one, the middle one will be, we call it loop lighting. Loop lighting is you have this shadow, you know, slanting a bit like a loop here beside the nose. So this lighting is like just now is the first one. The first one lighting directly face. Then the butterfly lighting is like you tilt the flash 45 degree, you know, on top of the face. Then this loop lighting is you shift this flash, right? Again, it's 45 degree, but you turn the flash to your left side. Okay, it's not direct on top of the model anymore. You go to your left side. Then this one, we call it Rembrandt lighting. Personally, I like this more. This will give a more highlight and shadow that it shows your face more 3D. I actually shoot models. I like this Rembrandt light the most. And you look at, you know, a lot of classic painting, right? Actually, many years ago, you know, all these famous painters, right? Like all these famous painters, they already use this Rembrandt lighting. You know, they are not photo shooting. You know, when they paint the painting, they already know how to use this Rembrandt lighting. And lastly, is we call it split lighting, where you shift your flash further away to the left until you get this half light up and half dark. But this one, this kind of because split lighting, right? It don't really look well for girls, but it's better on guys. Guys, you can actually shoot on this because it become very dramatic and, you know, very cool. But for girls, right, it don't really look well. Girls, I think, this loop or butterfly lighting is better because you can show the face more. So we end our this first presentation. So now it goes to today's our topic. So today our topic, right? To me, actually, I talked to Michael about this. I want to share this topic about nowadays, right? I realize that our photography industry, right, is of quality lah, and how I say the way you look at the photo, people, look at the beauty of photo is become different. So let me share a bit of my photo that I show you a bit. And now the photo that I show you is not my own photo. I took this photo on Facebook just for today's discussion purposes. Okay. So you see, we as a photographer, most of the time, for instance, myself, right, when I look at this photo, then I will try to actually, learn the techniques and see, hey, how people can get this photo, So I'll try to sometimes I'll try to test and error, so to how to get this photo. But because nowadays, I personally I think that in social media, a lot of people that using now a lot of social media, these so-called people that they post a lot of photos. So like for example, my question is, do we need this kind of photo nowadays? Wow, a lot of people can accept this kind of photo. And a lot of you can see that a lot of KOLs and things like that, they will start to post this kind of photo. Because to me, right, if you think you can post this photo, I think you think that the photo is nicer, right? So like I said, my question is that, do you need just now that photo, or you think this kind of photo is okay for you, right? Then I'll show again. So do we need this kind of photo when people can accept this kind of photo? And some of this photo that I show you, right, like for example, this photo, right, they have like, thousands of likes, photo that I choose, right, sometimes they have 2,000-3,000 thousands of likes, So do we need this? Do we need to take this kind of photo, or this kind of photo? If
Free to out.
we can accept this kind of photo. And let me explain why I purposely choose this photo. Because I think nowadays a lot of people, they follow social media too much, and most of them, I think they don't know about body ratio, so they will start to use the phone apps to start to edit the photos. I have a lot of customers, telling me, after I did a photo, I send back to them, I deliver the photo to them. Then they'll come back to me, hey, my face is not pointed enough, my what, But sometimes I do ask my customer, do you think that, as a normal human, the chin will be so pointed or not? It cannot be that your chin is so pointed one, right? So you see, for example, this classic about this photo is, usually now girls like to edit their photos, right? The head becomes very small, smaller than the shoulder a lot, and even she's not aware that she edited the hands and become crooked, like because sometimes they use the liquify, they'll move here, move there until the whole body is crooked, and the lower body is become so small. and the head is so small and the chin is so pointed, things like that lah. So are these the new standards? As like if you look, you browse through Instagram, right? There's a lot of this kind of photos in Instagram, and all these photos, because they have so many thousands of likes, and the newcomers, the new people that come in, take photos, right? They will use this as the benchmark. And do we need this kind of advertising photo? We can accept this kind of photo. Right? Because nowadays a lot of so-called KOL, right? They will get product and shoot at their house, or even they use selfie, use phone to shoot. So do we need like those professional photos? If everyone can accept that, okay, this is the way to go, for advertising. And do we need this kind of very nice portrait or not? If you see, if everyone in Instagram use this kind of photo as their profile, right? So, end of my presentation, then we start our discussion. Okay. So
pretty much it's about, I think Daryl is trying to share with us, how a portrait is supposed to be taken, with different kind of lightings and different kind of techniques, versus portrait today that's just been captured with a smartphone. So yeah, I think it's all about, in my opinion, it's all about speed versus quality. What do you think about that, Daryl? I mean, speed as in like smartphone is fast, and they use Meitu or they use Snapseed or whatever software that they have, and one picture they can actually produce it within probably less than a minute.
Yes, I agree.
Compared to you set up a studio lightings that actually going to take an hour or so. Yeah,
I think it's more about the perceptions, and I realize that in Malaysia, our whole industry it's like it's changing because of all this social media, and I can say that if you using smartphone to shoot a photo, it doesn't mean to be bad. I think nowadays, right, a lot of people they don't have a basic knowledge about what is a nice photo. That's why when even they're using the handphone to shoot, right, sometimes backlight, the face is so dark, and things. They don't really know the basic of the photography.
I agree with you, Daryl. I agree with you.
Yeah. So it's not about the handphone, It's about they don't have the basic knowledge, and they blindly follow. Because like I said just now, the girls with the crooked arms, right? Because nowadays a lot of young girls, right, they post all these photos, then they have like thousands of likes, nowadays. Actually, the other day I read one article that Instagram do a survey. Actually, Instagram will cause new young generation depression, because all these people now they use all this app to make their look. Not even when sometimes I think the photo, they look at Instagram, and when they look themselves at the mirror, it's totally different. So they don't dare to come out, because when you go out, meet a new friends, hey, come out. How come your face is totally different from the social media? Now it's become a norm, it's like a poison, Everyone is trying to edit until
yeah, so
it's too outrageous already, and actually this whole thing actually is sweep the whole photography industry. You know, I have sometimes, you know, I have some customers. You know, no, when doing I edit, I know lah. She did. Oh, you make me slimmer. So I, you know, as a photographer, we will try to make you slimmer. When you send the photo to them, they're not satisfied. They say this not slim, not slim. Even after you redo it already, you send the photo to them, the JPEG, they will go into the handphone and become slimmer, and the chin become pointed again. You know. Another argument that I want to share is like, you know, if you go into commercial photography, I think now is a problem. You know, sometimes nowadays I have some customer come, you know, they want cheap job and things like that lah. And I also don't know lah, because nowadays they seem to can accept all this a simple taken photo, even it's a company that they try to promote their product. You know, they no longer need, like, you know, all these very nice posters and all these, you know, banners, and they just need, because nowadays you see a lot of people they try not to go to an agency or a studio to shoot their product anymore, because they will choose to actually look for KOL and you know, send some sample for the KOL and pay them, you know, cheaply to do all this posting, right? So this thing, right, it's like just now I share with Howard, because if you see one and you don't believe it, then you see 10, you see 100 times, you see 1,000 times, then you start to believe that this is the new trend. But is it a new trend or not? It's just like you repeatedly, you know, see this thing happen in social media. A lot of people is trying to look for, you know, a sexy lady or young lady, you know, pose, you know. They were selling everything. They're selling from curry paste to lipstick, you know, everything, you know. So you guys have any opinion or any feedback on this? Anything?
Pick out.
We just discuss on this topic. Like today is not about things, it's just like we just discussion about, hey, how come our photography, you know, industry or our photography hobby become like that, you know?
I think in my opinion is about, there are two things here. First, I think we need to blame is the smartphone. Okay, because our smartphone can take what we call it, super good picture. That's the first thing. Second is about the apps. The apps are actually created by people like Meitu, people like, you know, whatever, A, B, C, D, F, G. Okay, there's so many apps down there. Versus Photoshop or versus Lightroom. The complexity of these apps, they are so simple to use compared to Photoshop or Lightroom.
Yeah, this one I agree.
Okay, smartphone is easy to use. The apps that become, you know, that we built surrounding the, what do you call it, the smartphone ecosystem is also very easy to use. So I guess because of these two factors, people tend to go to the left side instead of the right side. Yeah.
Harley, you have any like opinion to share? Ali.
Harley will take an hour to edit one picture, you see.
That's it. I mean, I want to ask
Probably
you,
2 hours.
why are you still taking, I mean, just my question, if we can accept this kind of photo, then why you still need that photo? So, Harley, if people can accept that kind of photo, why you still need 1 hour to edit or even 1 day to edit?
No lah, it's you look at the present, you know, they post TikTok lah, even or their own photos. Actually, a lot of it, they slim themselves down so much. I mean, I will slim the girl. No, if I see the arm is a bit too big, I will slim it a bit to the extent that people don't notice. Chin, I may pull the jaw in a bit slightly because they like it. No, I got girls, they complain, why you never edit me? No, earlier when I post, they say, hey, why you never make me look better? So, I mean, these sort of things happen.
Yeah.
And now, as you say, now with smartphone, they are now doing it better than us already. We are out of job, Daryl.
Hey, last time, right? Last time I saw when I'm in China, right? So last time, this few years back, this Meitu thing is first started in China. They're very popular. So when I'm, taking this subway, right? I sit beside to a girl, wow, she's like every few minutes, you can edit one photo with this handphone, push here, push there, with the liquid,
Exactly, no? Yeah.
then okay, then she posts already. Then she changed another photo, then she posts again.
Yeah. Compared to my
Very
photo
true.
or my picture or your picture, it takes 2 or 3 days before it comes out. So a news no longer a news. An important event is no longer an event. So I guess it's all about speed. I think it's all about speed.
That one speed is like, I mean, to me, right, as a consumer, I think it's okay. As a personal, like for example, like our personal photo, I think it's okay. Even the girls, their personal edits, it's okay. But I realize that nowadays, actually, the whole industry, even the commercial industry, is shifting. Then, because a lot of customer, they actually can accept, that the KOL, selfie themselves, then edit themselves, and the now the whole commercial thing also changing. Yeah, this is the big problem because now nothing is nice anymore. You see, like for example, just now I take example for the girls that holding like 2 bottles, from the bathroom, and if the brand, the brand of this shampoo or whatever that can accept this kind of photo as their advertisement or their promotion, then why should we need, all these big banners, kind of, big actions? We don't need it. But do we really need or we don't need it? Is it?
But Daryl, you look at it, the girl with the 2 bottles, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No class, no standard.
Yeah, that's why this is our argument point today. That means that why now the commercial means that the brand owner can accept this kind of photo. You see,
cheap low, money.
Yeah.
They want to save money.
They want to save money. This is the thing. So you see, in I don't know about other country, but I realized that because I met a lot of customers as well. It gave me this conclusion that they really want it cheap, and they have this idea of if I pay the KOL 500 to 800, then you see it's easy because the girls will selfie herself, edit the photo, and post on her Instagram, and I still can leverage on their network. For example, this girl have 50,000 followers. Then by paying this like 500 to 800 or 1,000, so I can even leverage on her network, right? I think this is what we are thinking. But is it effective? I don't think so.
Half. 50%. So actually the brand is gambling lah.
Yeah, because I sometimes I told my client, because if you think that it's helpful, right? Okay, you must know yourself if you're using Instagram, the habit of yourself using Instagram. Because Instagram will flip so fast. Because Instagram built to flip very fast. The Instagram user actually flip faster than Facebook user. Okay, by research. So
they're younger, ma.
Yeah. So when these people flip so fast, for example, if my behavior, right, I flip so fast, that I don't even stop. Sometimes I say, oh, this girl nice, so I click a like, I click again. So I don't really go and read the content, what this girl is selling. I don't care. I just flip and like, flip. I like randomly. I like, I flip. So if you do this kind of marketing, right, probably you don't get it because even this girl got 3,000 likes. But how many of these 3,000 likes actually click inside to look at what she's selling. Because nowadays, right, people do marketing, to all this, we call it brand marketing. They will tell the customer that, oh, you see, we have, this KOL or these people, that their picture post, they're going to have 3,000, 5,000 likes, right? But how many of these 3 or 5,000 likes is convert into sales? Because most of these 3,000, 5,000 likes, right? People are not even look at carefully, like just now that the girl that holding 2 shampoo. I don't even look at what, I won't click, and look at what she's selling. I don't. I bet a lot of people also won't click and see what she's selling. But you already pay, this kind of advertising to the girl, right? So another scenario that usually I share to my customer. For example, you see big brands, right, like LV, Gucci, Adidas, right? They hardly use this kind of strategy. And if all these big brands, right, they hardly use this kind of strategy, right? What makes you think that if you're using this kind of strategy, then you are better than them? I mean, all these big brands, they have doing proper research, right? So if all these big brands not using this kind of KOL thing, right? So why are you using it? And are you, I mean, this KOL kind of method of marketing, is it better than those big companies doing?
From the chat, Daryl, you read the chat.
Oh, okay. I see. I think it's everyone use smartphone to check out the photo, not their monitor screen. So detail are not very important. Yeah, probably detail. It's not very important. I mean, from the point of view of using handphone, but detail is one thing. And the impression, the first look of the photo is totally different. For example, your color is off, or you over edit that your body becomes crooked, that is another thing. And you don't, I mean, nowadays people think that everything must use handphone, must use we call digital media, but I think we still need high resolution photo for printing, for big. I mean, just now what I mentioned is for people that are doing campaign, Then GSTO, I think, although like that, but they also need high. Yeah. I agree with GSTO. Although it's like that, but you still need high resolution for printing. The handphone quality is it's very hard for you to do printing.
No, how to say? Even though they take that photo, like just now you say, the two bottle for Instagram, for KOL to promote, they also will hire a proper photographer to take a photo with their product as a poster to print out later on.
I think yeah, some will do, but I think a lot will not. A lot will not. Yeah, a lot will not. And nowadays, right, I think probably it's like that. I think maybe also it's the effect of globalization. Personally, I think because last time, right, we have only big companies that carry all these products, so that they have this marketing budget to do all these things. So nowadays, I think a lot of people, they import themselves, they rebrand themselves, or they OEM themselves, low budget, so that they actually hire all this KOL to do all this stuff. Probably.
KOL, as I know, is not so official. Only is a part of marketing plan. But when they come to more official one, they will hire a photographer or videographer to do the job.
Yes. That one I will say that a bigger brand they will do that. Yeah, that one I agree. Some big brands they usually they will have their own campaign, but I think I will say that a lot of brands. But sometimes it's like if you are doing this way with your brand, right? You don't feel that you are tarnishing your brand, that you let this so-called people, KOL, to simply shoot your products or your photos and post on Instagram, then the photo looks so or not so good, then you don't think that it's hunting your brand, and you only think that this KOL may bring sales for you because of she or he got a lot of followers. Right? So you guys have any like opinion? You guys can voice out your opinion. I mean, today is like a casual chit chat lah. I mean, this is what I feel recently. That the whole industry is actually. I think a lot of photographers they agree lah. They feel the same way. It's just that a lot of people they don't really talk about it.
Actually, you're right, Daryl. Right now, the girls I shoot, they edit themselves and they are prettier than when I shoot them.
Yes. No.
Jalan dia.
Harley, I think I not agree that what you said lah. Sometimes even you edit nicer, but they think that
Not
they
enough.
they actually have different standard. You edit for her actually is nicer, but she think that she edit herself is nicer than what you edit. Right now.
Yeah.
Because usually when we edit for them, right, we don't edit until the head becomes so small, the chin becomes so pointed, and the leg becomes so long. But they like it. So even when you send out the photo for them, right, you re-edit it to make their leg longer, head smaller, chin pointed, things like that.
I do agree what Daryl's saying because first of all, we are not girl, we don't understand their need. Okay, even their hips or their waist is so small. Like I always complain to my sister. Okay, she's so thin, but she always think that they are so fat.
Yeah.
Okay, their face is so nice, but still they want to edit until the face become a triangle. Their eyes is so big already, and then they also go to this TikTok and they become an alien eyes, big until like a cow eye or something like that.
Hey, actually, you see, the way they edit is exactly like the green alien, exactly, the figure is like the green alien. The head is small, face is pointed, eye is big, hand is long, leg is long, the waist is very slim. Exactly look like the green alien, right?
Alamak. We have Bunchu here. Bunchu, what is your opinion, from the lady point of view?
It's all vanity lah. Vanity. Yeah.
Do you agree the way they've been,
Of course not. It's so fake.
Yes.
So fake.
So fake. And I also noticed that because now my age, I'm 60 this year. So and I noticed that the last few years, I noticed some of my friends, who have aged quite a bit. They look older than their So I noticed that they like to take selfie. And they don't realize that they become narcissistic because every day I see the photos. Because you know why? Because these selfie photos make them feel good about themselves. They look completely different from the selfie photos.
Yes.
And it's, I know their. I know what is going on.
The actual appearance.
I know what is going on. I feel sad for them,
Yes,
but I dare not comment. I dare not tell them.
I do think in this way this is maybe the different point of view from we as a photographer, either hobbyist or pro photographer. Our point of view is like that. Then ladies, they are those selfie point of view is they want to make the thing small, slim, this kind of thing. It's totally different point of view
No, I think the thing is that it's because of the expectations of society, and also the values of the society, it's because we put so much importance on beauty, in the society. I think this is.
Do you think it's because of influence by the drama, like Korean drama or Japanese drama? Do you think that the influence actually came from
I
girls'
tell you,
culture?
is this thing will always be there. Okay, since I've been since young, there's always this value, this kind of value in the society. You know, this importance of beauty in the society. You know.
Yeah, because,
So people, so ladies who don't who are not so good looking, you know, they don't feel confident about themselves, you know, and so they try to boost their confidence by, you know, faking by having fake photos.
yes, yes. And
You know,
actually, right?
which is very sad, you see.
Yeah, which is very sad. And last time
Because
I said,
the thing is that, you see, our self-confidence should not come from our external appearance. It must come from within you.
yes, yes, yes. And last time I agreed with Bunchu, because this is like, you know, the thing that the girls look like the values but nowadays, right, suddenly, right, they have this app, you know. Last time they don't have this app, you know. Suddenly they have this app that they can make themselves pretty, you know. Last time they don't have. So suddenly this app dropped down from the sky. Yes, mate.
Yeah.
So they are so crazy about this Meidu thing.
Yeah.
I think it's all about, you know, trying to make younger, trying to make themselves younger, look younger, or look fairer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think basically, they need to seek attention. So by doing all this editing, they make themselves stand out. You know, they are not that ugly, but they still want to stand out from the others. So I think attention is deep down rooted.
There's this obsession to look better, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the society, so many people also doing it, so they must well do it to follow the crowd, or else you can't even be noticed. You want to be noticed, you know. The underlying it is to be noticed. You know. So that is their priority. Nothing to do with photography.
But Mr. Lama, so okay lah, people notice you on social media but when people want to date you, come out for a coffee.
That is not their concern. That's not. At least he get an invitation.
Oh yeah. True also.
That's the first step. You know. That's your worry. You know. First, if you are not able to stand out, you don't even get an invitation.
Also true also.
Right.
But the thing is, the other day I also come across this YouTube talking about this problem, because now US also have a very big problem that they realize that actually the young people commit suicide rate, right, is actually increasing because of this kind of social media and all this labeling, you know. So that, you know, a lot of kids, because of all this stuff, right, actually US recent years, right, the commit suicide rate actually increased.
I think you know this due to peer pressure. You don't dress like them. You're not included in their friendship. All this causes a lot of stress to these young people. And then sometimes they don't have family support or to show them the value of the person. So they have to, you know, in other words, they listen to their friends more than their parents.
Yeah.
So you have all these social problems. Because to be noticed is very important for the youngsters.
You see, the obsession. I find that the obsession with good looks has driven the growth of plastic surgery. Yeah, you know, especially in China, in countries like China and South Korea, and even men are doing it. I mean,
Yes.
I find it so ridiculous, you know. And I don't know whether you notice that some of these Hollywood actresses, they look very different now, no, from before.
I mean,
because of plastic surgery.
No, actresses we can understand they need to update themselves so that.
No, but they already look good as they were, you know. So why you know is why the need to go and work, you know, go and change this feature on the face and that feature on the face, you know. And you to the extent you can't even recognize them. Like recently, I saw a photo of this Jennifer Aniston, you know, the ex-wife of Brad Pitt. I was so surprised, you know. I think she looks so different now. Oh.
Because you know why not? after she did the first round of plastic surgery, right? So she used the app again. Then the app to make her face different again. So she took a selfie and showed the doctor, I want this, I want this. So she go for second round. So but second round when it come out, it looks like the first the photo that she showed to the doctor, right? Then she used the app again. So your face will look different again. Then she went for the third round.
And back to the point where you say that like young girls, they like to edit the photos until they have long legs, slim hands, slim and long hands, and all that. I think that's because in China, some of these famous actresses, they have such figures, they're very slim bodies and very 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 slim hands and long legs. You see, so they admire these actresses, and they want to be like them.
Yes.
Because they use them as the standard of beauty. We have no
Yes.
You look at all the Korean photos. All the Korean girls look all identical. They all have the standard shape, the standard beauty, unless like a pop, all those singers, they all look identical to me. Not much difference.
So I think when it comes to portrait photography for ladies, it is not a question of whether they know what good photography is. It's a question of wanting to look good.
I think so.
No,
It's not the quality of photography, that concerns them.
Yes.
No, I believe it's two different ways.
Make the lady more beautiful.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's all they're interested in. They're not concerned whether it's a well shot photo or what. They don't care. They don't care about what lighting and all that.
I believe it's actually the model, the different perspective of the model. Like Daryl, you also access to the pro model and also the amateur model, the one actually or just the normal ladies actually. The pro model will not complain. They will actually look at the picture. Okay, they appreciate how nice. They will actually appreciate the lighting, the picture you shoot for them. They won't complain that their face is too big, their hand is too big, this kind of thing. The pro model type. But the amateur model or just a normal lady on the street one, they will complain because they have different perspectives. They want the photo to become in their way, okay? Because in other way lah. But the pro model will not complain that, okay? Even you shoot their face until like big, until like cow eyes, they won't complain because they respect this is your photo. But the normal girl will not. I think this is the normal different perspective lah. We cannot do the comparison on that.
Yeah.
Agree, yeah. But people were saying that beauty is in the eye of beholder. So people who think that this particular lady is very beautiful, or this particular man is very handsome, or they also have people who think that they are average. So there is a formula in beauty. We call it golden ratio. Have you guys heard about it? Golden ratio, golden beauty ratio, something like that.
No, never.
So there is a formula. Why a person or a face actually classified as beauty, and then they actually have a formula to calculate that whether you are 1.62 or 1 point something that define that how beauty is a person. Yeah. So I'm not too sure if you guys research into that. So what I'm trying to say here is, I think Daryl started off with a very good argument. Generally, people think that this particular influencer or this particular KOL or influencers, is very beautiful. But is it really beautiful according to the formula or according to the golden ratio?
To me, right? Actually,
to
me, right? Actually, this thing, if you personalize it, I mean that this will affect your personal life. I think still okay because you like how you look, yourself, But it's to me, to my surprise, is that actually all these things we call it the shift of standard. The industry standard means that it's not only personal girls, they like it look that way, And actually now a lot of advertisement, right? They also will go for this kind of look or this kind of KOL to go and promote their products. So it's not a personal thing. The shift of standard, in this industry. That means people perception of people is really changed. That people accept this kind of photo to be as a photo for advertising or promotion. So this is a big problem. It's not personal. Personal is okay. Personally, I like my face to be how I make my face. I think that one is okay personally. But it's the industry, the commercial industry that starting slowly because so many people become like that already. Then the commercial industry starting to accept that this is the new standard and we can accept this standard. So when commercial, you see, I ask you, why there's so many KOL in this market? It's because the KOL, people got this brand that give them money to promote, right? But if all this brand cannot accept this kind of photos, then this KOL, they have no income. So people, all this KOL will not every day go and post all these photos. You see? So it's because that the commercial value, the commercial market started to accept that this kind of quality in this industry. So they start to pay KOL to do all this promotion thing. So you see, all this KOL every day they post photo for what? A lot of KOL actually they are making money because all these sponsors will come to them and give them a job, send some sample and they will post on the samples. So it's actually a commercial thing that again push these people to do all this stuff. And it's because of the commercial standard is dropping. You see, but if a commercial standard is not dropping, they are still, go for proper model, high-end shooting, do all this proper branding campaign, right? Then I believe that there will not so many KOL in the market every day, obsessed of editing their photo like this and that. This is my own opinion.
So end of the day is the effect. Affected your business income lah.
I mean that is part of it lah. I'm part of it. But the thing is not because of it. Because when I want to discuss this thing is, I think that the bigger, if you looking at the bigger picture, actually is the industry standard is shifting,
Shifting or changing.
changing.
So changing the photographer way to different type of style.
I won't say different type of style because photography you can have a lot of style and
Yes.
all the style can be nice. It's the quality. It's not about the style. It's about the quality.
Yeah, quality and style. Because when KOL shoot only they create the style, but they cannot provide the quality. It means the outcome, the printing, that type of thing.
I don't agree. It's the style. It's the quality because style you can be a lot of style. Just now I show a few pictures, but eating something, dine in. You can have very nice photos and a very normal photo. It's the same style, right? It's just the quality. So that as a commercial brand, right? You can accept the low quality style. Then
I think the style actually evolved a lot since maybe 10, 20 years, 30 years, or 40 or 50 years ago until now, evolved a lot. So the reason why I'm saying is that, for example, if I see my grandma wedding photos and my parents' wedding photo and our own wedding photos, do you see a difference? I'm very sure you agree with me that the style has changed over time.
To me, right?
They're all shot with professional photographers.
To me, right, if you are this point, right, I will say that the gears and the technology is changing, and the knowledge is changing. For example, the technology, the gear, the understanding of photography and the knowledge of photography is actually improving. But now we are talking about the simply shoot that kind of photo is degrading. It's totally different because at your grandma's time, right? You don't have that, this like 100 megapixel, 50 megapixel, you don't have.
No. I think you're right, but I'm not looking at the quality of the pictures. I'm looking at the way how they pose.
How they create the scene.
Yeah. I mean,
How they create picture, how they pose. If you look at those days, I think Harley may be able to chip in a little bit. Yeah. So those days wedding photos, the way how they pose is usually two of them either stand together side by side, or one of them sitting, the other one is standing, and very straight. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. And compared to today, if you look at Kidazi or someone, some top wedding photographer, in town, and you will agree with me, the style is completely different. It's 360-degree difference.
Yes, I think the style is different because that it's evolved. Then, to me, my point is still that people are evolved, become better and better and better and better. And now today's our discussion is like there's a big wave that is these people that is simply shoot. Then this simply shoot is become the new norm. You get what I mean or not? You see the Kedazi, these people, right? It's because of the knowledge of the photography, the technology, that they change their style, become better and better and better and better and better and better. But now we are facing is there's a big bunch of people that is simply shooting, and change the whole industry, become simply shooting.
I think you have to blame the smartphone.
Yeah,
smartphone.
Like as I say, it's all about smartphone problems.
Yeah. This one I agree.
Because everybody can use smartphone and do whatever they want to do, and then they got all these apps to change how they look also. So I think professional photographer botan chia idea.
And nowadays,
actually, you encourage people not to buy Apple 13 lah.
hey, now it's not just the photo, the main thing, Now even the live video, So
yes.
Your live, the video, your face is already slim down, Then you see a lot of these Chinese girl doing live, right? It's like not what you see and what you get,
In apps really help you to slim down when doing video. And
not only slim down, they can pull your leg long.
Yes, the eyes, everything.
Yes. I once saw a TikTok video that's showing on the video one. There's an app, they call it something like that. That actually can make your leg long, make your hips small, and all the things that actually you can do, just like liquefied. It's very easy.
Yes. And the other day I saw one YouTube, the China police, they also make this video, so showing that one police officer, he purposely do make some makeup, then use the app to change himself to a girls, warning people that you don't simply believe things on internet, because a guy, a police officer guy, within like a few minutes they become transformed into a girl, and do life.
I think Daryl, this answers your question. Why people like their jaw to be long? Okay, you see, the golden ratio says divide the length of the face by the width of the face. The ideal result is close to 1.6, meaning faces that we find most attractive are roughly 1.5 times longer than they are wide. I think this is some of the apps, or most of the apps actually using this kind of like, ratio or kind of formula to make.
But the thing is, your this ratio, I agree. But those they do it right, their ratio is not this ratio.
Because they don't understand the ratio. They have their own different ratio.
Okay. You see, sometimes they will edit until their head is smaller than their boobs.
The roots is bigger than their head.
The head is smaller than their boobs. Then the chin is so pointed that it can poke you.
Just for sharing, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who are interested to know more about this photo ratio, you can do a Google search. Yeah.
Yeah. That one is
A
very
lot
good
online.
sharing.
Yeah.
It's very good sharing. So also again, Alan Lim is talking, right?
Alan?
Yeah, I was going to talk, but I don't want to interrupt you. I mean,
Never mind. Now it's free, man.
okay. I mean, I'm sorry lah. Maybe it's already been discussed earlier. I just joined. Maybe I mean, hope you don't mind. I mean, chip in some of the ideas lah.
It's good. Today we are not talking with today. We are discussing on the topic. So it's good that everyone put in some opinion. It's not correct or not correct.
Okay. I mean, for my personal opinion and also observations lah. I would say that from my generation, I mean, we have the opportunity to see transition from film to digital. I mean, that's the first steps. I mean, that is kind of good because you can really see actually the old generation that using films, that using slides, films, all those things, right? When we start to use the creative way of shooting, I mean, it's the same thing as what you are saying right now. Yeah, this guy luan hip lah, ho ka bun hip, tem bin bun hip. Sorry, Hokkien. I mean, it's like and then the second stage also they will say, the picture you guys fake one, all Photoshop lah, right? I mean, even though they are also using darkroom lah, I mean, but they don't dare to say like they say, you guys all photo is cheating one, all is Photoshop because one thing, that's the older generation. They want to learn something new. I think there's some limitation also lah because we are the so-called digital generation. So in terms of we understand computers, softwares, and to learn more. And I will believe also, I mean, in maybe the third generation, the fourth generation coming, if we don't keep our mind open, right, we will be something like them, the film guys. I mean, they want to like up to their seafood level, right? I mean, we are the one that so-called make the things muddy lah. I mean, change the game changer. Even right now, I'm seeing some changes also. Remember, when film, everything you don't have a Polaroid unless you are medium format. You can change your Polaroid. You can have a preview, right? You have to everything imagine up to you wash. Right now, when we are using DSLR, we have a Polaroid back. I mean, we can preview. But then again, some people film say, don't preview, don't chimping, you are monyet lah. Cannot, must stick the tape behind. Cannot see, you take picture. Cannot see one. What is professional, right?
That's why the Leica come out with the camera without the viewfinder lah.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do understand. But then again, I mean, the third generation, the third stage right now, mirrorless. It's like, I mean, if you don't use studio lights, I mean, natural light, all those things, right? What you see is what you get. I mean, if those people starting, I mean, maybe in the between DSLR, right? I would say, this mirrorless guy don't know how to shoot one lah. I mean, all is like preview already, like Excel. I mean, all those things. Before you do, it's auto calculate for you already, right? So I would say that it's more of a towards generation. That's the first topic lah. I mean, just now it's a transition of technology, regardless of whether we want it. We can say lah, I mean, the future generations like don't know this, don't know that, or I kena a lot lah. I mean, when I start digital, because I know we need to start using wide angle to shoot portrait or whatsoever. I don't care. But when you do that, people will say, Alan, you crazy wide angle the leg long this. But the girls like what? I don't care lah. Right now, you see everybody use wide angle to make the girls pretty. I mean, it's like don't care. And then also in terms of the second points I want to bring out is just now, as you mentioned, I would say that different generation, different tastes. I mean, in terms of girls also, you can see Marilyn Monroe last time. Chubby leh. I mean, that type of generation, I mean, but right now you like slim, big boobs, all those things, right? But you compare to the older generation, the JFK generation, and then the transitions, right? When you see the girls, our taste also changed along the way. Frankly speaking, it's not fixed. towards a generation. Maybe that's what I mean. Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, lah, I would say that, lah. And also, I mean, and your picture when you take your models or your clients, sometimes, right? Sometimes we have a tendency of the way of capturing to our taste. Frankly speaking, I mean, you have the trademark inside there already, cannot run away. People when see my picture, sometimes they say like, "Hey, Alan, this is your picture." Most probably, even though I don't put a watermark or something like that. I mean, that is a bit of our recipe inside there. One cannot run away.
It's your style, yeah.
Yeah, and then again, I mean, back sorry to the former one. When you remember when you mentioned Kedazi, okay, that type of photography when film to digital also that is a bit controversial also. You see your parents take picture wedding, right? As you mentioned just now, both couple
side by
they can
side.
see your face, can see everything very clear. Where got landscape portraiture one? People will complain, hey, you know how to take photograph on or not? I mean, people so small only, landscape so big. You cannot complain before. I mean, standard, right? But
different happened for very last time.
yeah. And then also, I mean, when you're starting, you see Kedazi picture. I mean, it's like whether you can accept or not is up to you. Okay, it's like one click solution HDR. We know our Asian skin is yellow, but one click solution HDR makes your skin all like very dirty. But then again, it's Kedazi arts. I mean, so-called lah. I mean, people are paying him $1,000. I mean, like, who cares? He's making money. But whether you can accept or cannot accept is, I think, it's more towards personal. I think I already talked too much lah. Sorry lah. Okay. I fall to you.
Open chatting discussion.
I think I quite agree on Alan on this
Yeah,
topic.
actually.
It's kind of generation gap lah. Okay, different kind of generation have their own kind of thinking. The print guy would not try to understand DSLR guy. DSLR guy would not try to understand handphone guy.
Yes.
Okay, so it's totally different kind of generation gap thinkings. Okay, previously there is no Photoshop. Okay, so until people using Photoshop, then people start using to brush the skin. Okay, to make the skin look smooth and become a trend. So people follow. Then after that, handphone coming in, and then when the handphone ages by coming in, they don't have so many apps. So people still using handphone, but the face is totally different until the app coming up. The beauty app, the whatever app, the hand long, leg long app coming up, then it becomes another new trend. Okay, so people will follow this kind of trend. It's up to our photographer as how to actually we open our mind and learn some new things.
Actually, I don't like saying that handphone is bad lah. Actually, handphone like you said, it's a new thing lah. And also Alan said it's a new thing. This one I totally agree lah. But what I'm saying is that I think nowadays people like also Michael said that a lot of people want to fast. So a lot of people that using just handphone everyone have. Right? So when taking picture, right, I think majority of the people they don't have the basic of photography. I mean, they don't have the basic. So they take up the handphone and they snap, they post. So when all these snap and post, become more than, I mean, in the social media, you will see this so-called snap and post photo is more than the professional photo. Then people, the mindset and the whole industry is shifting already. So people will start to accept that, this snap and post is the new standard. We can accept this kind of standard. Even the commercial can accept this kind of standard. So I think this is what I'm saying. I'm totally not saying that handphone because a lot of is very talented using handphone to shoot as well. That's what I'll agree.
Okay. Sorry, can I add on something? Sorry, I might be a bit controversial. I mean, most of my things. I mean, if you can accept, accept. If cannot, I cannot do anything. Okay. Because yeah, I have to say upfront. Okay, because right now generation also is different. I mean, like last time. Okay, you imagine last time, in order to promote a product, right? We have to use celebrity, right? I mean, a movie celebrity, all those things. But right now, the celebrity, right, is already changed because right now we have like YouTube celebrity, TikTok celebrity, anyone can be celebrity. Even OnlyFans also got celebrity. If you really, I mean, you know lah what is OnlyFans lah.
Yes, correct. It is correct. Yeah.
I mean, right now is. I mean, that's why you
I
want
think
to say.
that's why we have to ask Alan how much you spend on OnlyFans per month.
Now we left 11 person only, so you can speak out.
I mean, that's the reason why. I mean, it's like we are keep on changing. I mean, it's like what you are saying is true. We do not need really a true celebrity anymore. I mean, because right now there's too many celebrity and too many media or too many platforms that can make money. Okay, I mean I mean you don't have this type of opportunity. I mean, let's say like when you're 10 years or 20 years or 30 years ago, I mean, you're still in school, internet is like 56 kbps thing like have you ever thought to become a YouTuber? No, right? But right now you can then cool YouTuber, YBB. I mean, like all day they fight Li Shang something. They all Penang people. I mean, all those so-called YouTube celebrity, Gatia, all those things. I mean, they are fighting here. I mean, sometimes maybe it's like making a drama, right? Then again, I mean, when YouTube introduced, I mean, people are thinking, oh, we have to make a movie or a short clips or something, right? But then TikTok changed the whole thing. It says like a few seconds only, you can become a TikTok celebrity. I also like scratching my head. How can they manage to do that? I mean, even Amber Chia also have to change her mindset. I mean, if you follow Amber Chia, right? She has to do live. She has to do this. I mean, it's like she is also changing already, and you don't really see. Maybe her value. I mean, it's still there lah, but maybe it's not as last time. She can command a lot of money or something. I mean, because right now, all these company are diversified to YouTuber. All those things like they see is like the younger generation. I mean, can want this type of cool. It's like cool things, you know. I mean, we cannot change. Even handphone. Okay, just now, when you, I mean, from even. Okay, I follow your page also. Sometimes you also try to use handphone to capture photograph. Okay, I mean, next say lah. I mean, sometimes I see your picture, you see my picture, you see it. Okay, I mean, right now it's whether you know how to fully utilize your camera. Yes, you can say take a lot of pictures. Maybe or something. Okay, but that is how we learn. I mean, remember when in film also, yes, I mean, the tendency of people afraid to learn, I mean, because film, it's postpaid, prepaid things lah, right? But when digital is mostly we already paid up front. It's whether you want to learn or you don't want to learn. That's it. There's no nothing. I mean, it's like, I take one shot lah. This is the best shot. No. Digital teach you different type of thinking, different type of mentality you have to accept. Okay, you have to, the younger generation is learning faster than the old generations already, because they dare to trial and it's success, and then the old generation then goes back like says like, oh, this one is lon lai. I mean, it's like we are like getting old, you know. It's like, this guy using handphone, but handphone it works for them. I mean, like video they shoot there, TikTok 1,000 like. Our picture we upload even using Leica or something. How many like you get there? Maybe 10, 20. Only maybe from your friend. Let's be frank.
Yeah. This one I agree. That's why when I show the photo, right, I select the photo that is like 2,000-3,000 like, and sometimes the photo is like, oh, so you know, it's like I know the thing is changing. I get what you mean. It's just that sometimes I also think that because of a lot of people shooting this way, like snap and post, so it changed the industry. This is what we are discussing today. So after so many people snap and post already, then all these commercial brand, they also accept that, you know, we can accept this kind of snap and post quality photos. So that means that a lot of commercial brands started to use KOL, you know, do all this selfie thing, because they accept. Because last time, you know, you're doing advertisement, you do commercial, people cannot accept, you know, you simply shoot and post. So this is what I'm saying lah.
Yeah, agree with you. But time change lah, I would say that lah. I mean, and all those shoot and post, right? I mean, if you really, I mean, influencer, all those things, if you really go into their world, I mean, those it's not easy. I mean, just like when we see it's like, yeah, so easy, but actually it does takes a lot of works. I mean, those like I mean, because I also have a few influencer, I work together with them. It's not easy, frankly speaking. And I mean, there's a lot of works. I would say that lah. I mean, is
Yes, nothing is easy. Nothing is
yeah,
easy. But sometimes when I go through a few influencer, I think I saw one Malay influencer called BB Yana or whatever. Then I quite admire his work because even his influencer, right? But his follower is not a lot, you know. But but her photo, right? You know, he's doing like KOL promoting, but her photo all very quality. Yeah. What I say is that you can. It's just that nowadays people they don't care. You know, like this Malay influencer BB Yana or something like that. I think it's something like BB Yana lah. You can go and search and see. Her photo all is very nice. Her also an influencer. So what I want to say is that influencer can be very good as well. You know, it's just that a lot of influencer is like the Chincai influencer. It's just an influencer. It can be a very good influencer as well.
yeah. I think it's like more towards how do I say uh their own branding. Like, I mean, just for example, I didn't know all those things. I mean, up to YBB the case or something, right? You see, Sunny Coco, who I also do not know who's that damn fella. I mean, like keep on scolding, but even I know him right now. Yeah, people, I mention his name, you laugh, right? I mean, it's like sometimes I think it's like it's overreacting or something like drama, or I mean they are trying to. I mean, how do I say? I mean, it's like
This is get attention. Last time when the Hong Kong movie star, right? After people, not mentioning their name quite a while, they will start to have like divorce lah. They have like break up with boyfriend lah. They have like what to make up, stir up the story again, man.
yeah, agree with you. I mean, the same things lah. I mean, just to stir up to make themselves visible against lah. I mean, on the spotlights lah. Yeah, I mean that's. I think it's still the basic is still there lah. But the media and the platforms are changing like ever changing lah. I mean, it's whether we see it or we don't see it. Even right now, I mean, it goes back to handphone. I mean, because I've been keep on buying handphones lah. I mean, for one thing is to play games lah. I mean, to check the camera quality and the price. I have a full drawer of handphone. Frankly speaking, I mean 10 to 20.
So which brand you recommend to us?
Because right now, okay, I mean, because last few years, I mean, most of my phone is Samsung because I mean that's the best camera that I mean can get. But right now, even Oppo, I mean those are 1,005 somethings, right? Their camera is quite okay already comparatively to Samsung S9 Plus. Because right now S9 Plus when I purchased like 3,000 something, right? And right now Samsung phone is like quite ridiculous price lah. I mean 5,000, 6,000. I mean it's like, do you really need that high resolution screen? I mean, even I'm buying S7, S9, and a lot of phones, right? I'm only using full HD because I want to Gmat battery. If you're using too quad resolution screen or something, the battery will go faster. Kong. But and also no point for me to do that. And the games I play only COC. Hey, anybody play COC? And also Pokemon lah. That's the thing lah. So I mean this two of the games lah. But and Samsung phone older processor, right? When I play because Pokemon's, I mean there's an event I need to play like 6 hours. Like today, like 4 or 5 hours. Samsung phone tendency to overheat because of maybe IP68 to make it waterproof or something, right? So heat management, there are some problems lah. Because other phone, I mean, they don't have like those IP68 that hard. Believe that their phone don't really overheat. That's why I mean the China phone, Oppo, Xiaomi, I got a few Poco, all those things, they never overheat. But one thing last very old, I quite disappointed with the camera lah, is the Asus phone. I was shooting the Padang Ibu, there's a motocross or something, right? I'm not so sure whether you have been there. There is no way when there's rain heavy, there's no place I can hide. So my pouch, usually I put a pouch on my handphone. That time I'm using already S7 S7H, and also Asus phone, because I don't want to buy any Samsung because it's too expensive. But when it rains, I don't have anything. My Samsung got short circuit because of rain. But Samsung phone S7H, because it's IP68, no issue. So it's like, I mean, even I recommend Oppo to you right now, the Reno 5 or Reno 6 or something, right? But when it rains, Samsung is good lah, because IP68.
Well, it seems that Alan, you have done a lot of work on a smartphone.
Yes, because I mean, one thing is to play games, and second thing is right now, I mean, there's the camera. I mean, for me, it's
it's good.
important.
Hey,
So
now,
I think
now
Yes,
so
Daryl.
many people are become the Vivo kind of ambassador. Vivo never invite you.
No, even I'm okay in Penang. I think I've been using Canon quite a few years lah. I mean, I think when a lot of Penang people are using Nikon lah.
No.
Because,
I said the
I mean,
phone.
for example, yeah, no, iPhone, because one thing is you want to become an ambassador, you have to do your marketings very good lah, right? Because for myself, I don't really do marketings on anything on myself. I mean, like right now, you are doing a talks by yourself, all those things, right? It's a market yourself to upsell for your value. I mean, just like for example, another of my friend, I mean, Yap Li Long, I think you also know, right? Yep. So I mean, it's like he did a lot of talks, a lot of activities for Canon and all those things. And right now, like Sony, like say, hey, this guy is something is good, even though he's like quite. I'm not saying he's not good, something, but in terms of photography, you are better a lot. I would say that. I mean, indoor studio, all those things. I mean, these things. But then again, your strength is not in market yourself that strong compared to him, right? So it's different level of playing. I mean, it's even though I use a lot of phone, but I use my own money to buy, to test, and to do all those things. And but I mean, good is good. I can say, because I'm not bound by any brand. I mean, it's like I just do for myself because I want to play games. And this phone shit, because I overheat. I cannot play long time, 4 or 5 hour Pokemon Go. Is keep on overheat, keep on stuck or something. So I need to buy a new phone. Then I saw the AMOLED got burn out, not burn in, burn out. Because AMOLED, you have to remember, white kills AMOLED. So don't buy AMOLED, Asus AMOLED screen. You'll cry later. Yeah, because AMOLED is like all the LED is the light. The more you turn on white, the more your screen will burn out. It's just like a menthol. White keep on turn on, right? So you'll go sooner or later become like no power. It's not, then you see all those on your screen like shadow, like last time plasma, remember? You play too long, I mean, like Astro, the thing, the numbers on the screen, or CRT, that is burnt into your screen. But AMOLED is burnt out. The cell become no power to become bright. So you can see all your screen like a lot of these things lah. So that is the weakness of AMOLED lah. I think even Linus also using AMOLED screen. Last few, I mean, the YouTuber lah, the Linus Tech Tip, right, also complained already. He's only used like a few months. He says that his monitor start to burn already, burn out, not burn in, burn out, because the LED lights become weak. Yeah, that's the word, weak. So you can see all those. I mean, especially our Windows got white. The Windows on the corner, top left, bottom left, right. The white one. Because it's white, the window, sooner or later you're gonna burn out that cell. So AMOLED is not that good lah. I mean for actually for monitor right now lah. Maybe in future I do not know lah. But right now the technology is not there lah, and it's not cheap.
Okay, thank
so
you, Alan. Thank you. Yeah. So I think, Alan, you have a lot of knowledge on this smartphone photography as well. The which smartphone model is the best for games as well as for pictures. So probably one day I think Howard or I or me will invite you to our session and have another round of discussion. Is that okay? Yeah.
yeah, no problem lah. Just check kosong only lah.
Can we just roll water? Okay, Daryl, anything last?
No, I mean today is quite a good discussion. I mean the discussion is not never said that it's who is right, who is wrong. It's just a discussion, So because I wanted to talk about this discussion is because I realized that there's a shift of standard in this industry. So just want to get different people's opinion and chit chat about it. See how you look at this. Things like that. Okay.
I think okay. So I think now it's about 10:45.
Okay.
I think it's a bit late, lady. Okay, thank you, Daryl. Thank you for
Thank you.
Just an advertisement. Tomorrow Sunseeker will be doing 8:30.
Sure. We will join definitely. Are you a speaker tomorrow?
No. I'm helping.
Yeah, helping. Okay, we'll support you guys. Huh?
Okay.
Good night. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Right.